So how do we work with equations where there is a variable in more than one place, specifically one to the left of the equal sign and one to the right of the equal sign? I'd like you to please follow these steps. First, we want to move terms using addition and subtraction so that the variable appears only once. Here's what we mean. Take a look at our equation right now. I see I have an x here, but I also have an x here. That's two different places. To solve, I want the variable to be in only one place. So it's up to you. You can take these x's over here, or you can take these x's over here. I typically like to take my variables to the left side, so that's what I'm going to do. You do that using your inverse operations. So currently on this side, it's a minus 6x, so we're going to do a plus 6x, once on the right and once on the left. When we do that, negative 6x plus 6x, that just goes to 0. No more x's on this side. This front negative 6 is what remains. On this side, negative 8x's plus 6x's. You're going to leave the x the same and then add the coefficients. The coefficients are the numbers in front. Negative 8 plus 6, that's going to be negative 2 x's. And this minus 14 stays a minus 14. Once you've done that, now it's just like what we were doing before. We're going to use inverse operations to isolate the variable, starting with what's farthest from the variable. So let's recognize our goal. I want to get this x by itself. The negative 2 is right with the x. Save that for later. The minus 14 on the back, that's a little farther away. So do a plus 14 and a plus 14. Negative 14 plus 14 goes to 0, and adding 0 doesn't change anything. So we're not even going to bother writing it. And over here, negative 6 plus 14 should be a positive 8. To finish, again, I want to get x by itself. It's currently got a minus 2 in front of it, and when they're right beside each other, that means they are multiplied. So do the reverse, do a division by that negative 2 on both sides of the equal sign. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is just 1. And since multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything, we just don't write it. So 1x, or just x. 8 divided by negative 2 should end up being negative 4. And there you go. Now checking your answer this time, and I am going to do the check over here off to the side, so I'll just make a little space for myself. Means we're going to put the negative 4 in the original equation. So here we are checking. And wherever you see those x's, that's where you put the negative 4 in parentheses. So negative 8 times negative 4. And we want to see, is that in fact equal to negative 6 minus 6 times negative 4? Lots of negatives around here, so please be very careful. Negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 32. And then over here, you can think about this a few different ways. When I have a multiplication that comes after a minus, I typically like to just leave the minus and then multiply the numbers, just the 6, because I've already taken care of that minus sign, just the 6 and the negative 4. And those multiply to negative 24. To finish, what I have is 32 minus 14 on this side. That's going to just be 18. And by the way, I would just use a calculator through all of this to double check those calculations. And then over here, negative 6 minus negative 24 is the same as negative 6 plus positive 24. Negative 6 plus 24 is 18. Whoops, so I don't know why I wrote a 2. Is 18. Sure enough, it checks out. Quick recap. When you've got variables, in this case x's, on both sides of the equal sign, the first thing to do is to try and get them together. You do that with addition or subtraction. In this case, we added 6x's. This then becomes an equation that we know how to solve.